Skye, welcome back to KEAL and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to you. Good to see you again.
Thank you so much for starting off this year with KEAL and being a regular guest. A lot of people really appreciate your insight and your amazing work you do. And we thank you so much for being back on another episode. It's so great. And Skye, I want to start off speaking to this idea of helping our audience, helping anyone out there watching, going into 2022, and let's just say any year in which we start a new year. From your perspective, what can help us start right now, this year, on the right track for our life and in the way which we truly desire to live? And to be more specific, what is the best opportunity that you see that we can do for ourselves to set things right, starting fresh and anew in a new year?
I think my best piece of advice for anybody looking to work on goal setting or achieve a life that they love would be please don't wait until tomorrow to do what you can do today. Even if it's a few simple steps, a phone call, making a decision, don't wait until tomorrow to do what you can do right now.
I think that it's that idea you're saying with time is like, well, there's enough time because the year is starting that we can wait till February. Or, okay, it didn't happen in February, let's wait till the summer. Or, oh, the year's over, right? So we just get each and every day make your life a little bit better. Get 1% at least better to that goal, to that ambition you have, right? Whatever it is, or fix that issue in your life, but if you get a little bit better, that can help, I imagine. And Skye, I want to ask you something. Aligning mindset and positive energy. What would be, from your perspective, 4 practical steps that you believe people can and must start right now to align those two things together to really stay on track and not procrastinate?
For sure. 4 things. Be mindful, watch your self-talk, watch your thoughts, and ask for help or reach out, take action. I think the first one would is to be mindful. Notice your thoughts, notice just being present in the moment, and notice just being able to observe your thoughts like clouds in the sky or like leaves on the stream. We're not really attaching anything to it, just being aware. And from that awareness, noticing your attitude. Are you overly optimistic, looking at it with like rose-colored glasses and maybe not realistically? Or are we looking at things too pessimistically and even noticing our thoughts? Are we telling yourself, is this too much? I can't do it. What's observing your self-talk as well, because attitude is everything. How we approach anything is how we're going to do anything. And I think the final step is also the practical piece, and maybe the hardest step is the application, because we might need to reach out and ask for help, which is not always an easy task to do. And sometimes we have to swallow our pride and say, I can't do it all on my own. And that can be really scary because we're going to have to put ourselves out there and potentially risk rejection.
That's a really good point, because I think having an accountability, friend, partner, whoever it is, to really rely on in a very positive way, in a trustful way, I think people underestimate that, because if you really want to get past, your own issues of whatever it is, to give up whatever sense of ego that maybe be blocking that and really have that trust for someone to let you be vulnerable with them is a really big deal, no? I mean, is that something that you, like Skye, in your own practice and own way of helping people, that you really encourage with many of the people who are your clients in that aspect?
Honestly, yes. It's a bit of a risk take, but I also have to, both personally and then professionally, it's like, well, what's noticing the cost? What's it going to cost if in the sense of, if I take the risk and ask for help or say no or set a boundary, am I risking long-term fulfillment for temporary, momentarily discomfort? And not to dog society, but we do live in a culture and a society that wants instant gratification, wants instant pleasure. And the hard part is that this can often be a long game. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, years to get where we want and need to be. And that's okay. But it's also about the little steps we can take to get the life that we want and deserve to have.
What is it, maybe from your own personal experience, that you found that works for you to, lessen compulsions to have certain type of thoughts and speak out without thinking, basically? What has worked in your experience?
Mindfulness really changed my life. So just being able to pause for a few minutes, be in the moment, and just observe, just hold space, just be. Also, if I'm in the moment, like one of my goals last year or for a couple of years has been to lose some weight. So, and I did treatment for disordered eating in 2019. So the skills that I learned from that experience were, when I was getting ready to like impulsive, or sometimes I was even like mid bite, and it's like, is this helping you long term? It's like, what am I doing? It's like, is it compulsive, or is it that I truly am hungry and eat or want this item, whatever it is? So those were moments that really helped me, just being able to like kind of talk myself through the moment. It's like, one, observe, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? And then talking myself through the moment. It's like, and what's the healthiest next best step I can make? And sometimes that meant getting out of line, so I didn't even make the order. Sometimes that meant, throwing away whatever I was eating and, going for a walk. Having an accountability partner really did make a big difference for me, because it was somebody that I would go to in a moment where I was struggling, and at the same time, like, it also helped when I would have things like guilt and shame, because it's like I would just go talk to them, and then is this really as big of a deal as I feel like it is? So having somebody else help me keep myself not just accountable, but also help me check reality. It's like, is this as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be?
I really like this idea of the accountability partner, just because if you're willing and able to get past certain issues, whether it be related to ego or related to certain blockages that you just feel like you can't trust someone else, if you can supersede that particular item and really, really open yourself up in a, let's say, vulnerable way, not like in a, let's say, quote unquote, sensitive way necessarily, but willing to share yourself more, and they can accept that and then sort of in a way reciprocally help you, right? And that way, and you can help them. That's a beautiful thing, right? That's a beautiful type of relationship to have, and that can really, really, I think, reinforce your confidence in many, many ways. And so I want to also kind of then throw this in a different way, Skye. Like, how do you avoid going back to old habits that you can't get rid of certain habits overnight? Obviously, there's a process to that, of course, but everything that you're talking about being mindful of what you say, of what you think, of how you act, all extremely important, but it requires a lot of discipline as well, right? Like really discipline and bringing a lot of awareness. So do you have maybe 2 or 3 insights to maybe stay on that right path and not get back into old habits?
My thoughts are, motivation is great it gives us the energy to get started. The challenge with motivation is that it's not long lasting. It's like a sprint versus the marathon of goal setting or maintaining healthy habits really requires discipline, which can oftentimes require us to sacrifice, to do things we don't feel like doing. Notice when your motivation is waning. Take inventory, just notice, where can I increase discipline, self-discipline. Having an accountability partner really helps for self-discipline, because, okay, if there's somebody who knows I'm going to send them a picture of my cardio workout, then I'm going to be accountable to that person, maybe more so than I would be to myself. Social support really is what the research is showing us helps people stay committed and accountable to maintaining lifestyles. That's why, like the 12-step programs are so popular for those who are recovering from addiction, because like we need each other not just as society, but we need each other on an individual, very human level for social support, because we're social creatures. We weren't meant to be isolated. We're intended to be alone. And the last 2 years especially have really highlighted they've just really highlighted that fact for sure. And And then the final piece is please don't underestimate the small steps. Even if it feels like, oh, I only did one or two things, or I only made a decision, or, small steps add up over time. Small steps are really what build up over time to help us get where we want and need to be.
I love that. So in summary, your accountability partner, as you said before, your micro habits, we could label that for lack of a better expression. Thirdly, discipline. So Skye, like for me, something I practice all throughout the day and have been for many years is my personal practice of gratitude, right? And it's not this overly sort of esoteric sort of, I gotta find the thing about gratitude. And is it this thing? Is it no? I mean, unfortunately, people make the idea of gratitude, in my opinion, too complicated. It's just the feeling in your heart that leads to thankfulness. It's a certain type of energy, and that's it. Nothing more, because we don't have to get overcomplicated about it, but it does lead to good things in our life at the same time. And it leads to good days. So can you please explain from your perspective the importance of incorporating gratitude into our daily lives? And if you wouldn't mind, could you lead kind of like a spoken, not necessarily meditation, but certain things that they can remember and repeat in their own time, like approximately 5 minutes?
I can't help but notice when I'm looking at social media or listening to different types of media. One thing I've really noticed is that there's this hustle mentality, hustle culture. It's like work harder, do more, get more, be more. And I think with the element of gratitude, it's really our opportunity to take a step back, to just pause, to just be in the moment and say, thank you for everything that I have, everything that I am, even the hardships, because even the hardships can often bring us to where we want to be or need to be, or even the hardships we experience in a backwards way, they might be blessings in disguise. We never know. And it's really just our opportunity to just pause and say thank you for things as they are, because life can be really, really good. We just need to take a step back and be in the moment and see the good where it is.
And if you could just maybe lead our audience into just a few minutes of certain affirmations that you personally use that really, level up your energy, get you in a good frame of mind, and help you feel good overall, if that's okay with you.
Oh, for sure. Sit or rest comfortably. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to. Just look at something a short distance in front of you and allow your gaze to soften. In your mind, picture a place that is beautiful. Just notice. Are you inside or outside? Are you alone or with others? Notice what colors you see. Notice if you hear anything. Do birds sing in the background? Is a fire crackling in the fireplace? Just notice. In your mind, put together the picture of sights, sounds, smells. Paint the picture as vividly and as best as you can. Notice if this is your perfect day. Check in with your body and notice how you feel. If you have any areas of tension or pain, take a deep breath in. And love and healing energy to go to your hips. Exhale tension and then exhale back out. Do this a few more times until your body feels quiet and calm. Now notice the feeling of gratitude. What does it feel like? Do your shoulders feel lighter? Did your chest feel more open? Can you come up with a feeling of love, joy, peace? Just notice how it feels to be in your body in this moment. Notice your thoughts. What are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for? Just notice the sights, the sounds, the circumstances, the people, anything and everything that you may feel gratitude, appreciation, or feel is a blessing in your life. Notice the thoughts that you tell yourself. Can you tell yourself, I am grateful for the life I am living? Does that feel true for you? Ask yourself what you can do to get a little step closer and clearer with living the life that you love. We are about to return to our day. Know that you can come back to this peaceful place with a feeling of gratitude anytime you wish to return. It is always here for you. It will always be here anytime you need a moment to reconnect to yourself and to gratitude. On your next inhale, you will return to your day. Take a deep breath in. Stretch if you would like. And if you feel ready, open your eyes.
That was great, Skye. Yeah. And look, just for our audience, it's just something very important, very practical that you can do each and every day. It takes no time, but just feel how, your energy shifts and for just a few moments like that, and how it can bring a much more relaxing, peaceful, focused part of your day so you can achieve these goals that you want in your life, right? That was really great, Skye. And Skye, just to conclude, what are just one last piece of advice that you can give our audience to just really, really create the life that they truly desire and dream of, starting right now?
Starting right now, don't discount the small steps. The little things make up life. Every day, in every way, I would say don't push off to tomorrow and to do what you can do right now. And if you feel like you've messed up, because we're human and we're fallible and we all make mistakes, or if you feel like you're going backwards, especially if you feel like you're going backwards, don't wait. Just pause, notice, and do the next best step to get you back on the right track.
Perfect. And just to conclude, I really love this idea that you talked about bringing as much mindful and awareness into your everyday life so you can pay attention to your thoughts, what you're saying, right? Get rid of those compulsions and have an accountability partner. That could be so huge. Really, for me, I think that's just like one of the biggest things taken away from this. Like, if you can really find a good buddy, for lack of better expression, to help you and you help them and stay on, keep accountable of each other's goals throughout the year, that could be just a game changer. So I really like that. That'll help you stay disciplined, focused, and really get you on the track you want in your life. Skye, where can our audience members find out more about you, your work, and actually work with you one-on-one if they have the opportunity with you.
Yeah, Instagram is probably the easiest way to find me. My Instagram is I am Skye, Skye, Lights, Lights. Website's in progress, so but I'll definitely let you know when I have that up and running.
Perfect. We're going to include all your information in the pinned comments, descriptions, and please, anyone that wants to work with Skye one-on-one, please reach out to her, and she will find the right way in which she can personally help you, and then really get you on the track of your life that you want. Skye, thank you so much again. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on this episode of Dev KEAL. You're always a huge favorite with us, so we thank you so much. And again, a very happy New Year to you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate being here.
Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next episode. Please comment on this episode. What was your biggest takeaway from what Skye was talking about, and what things are you going to do in your own personal life to really get on the track you want, have a positive mindset, align your energies properly, and reach your goals? Please comment below. It'd be great to know. And we'll see you next episode. Take care, everyone.